right, let's see what's going on with the news today. Well, oh, we got Biden's
so
speech.
Stark that they divide all that came before from everything that followed. Moments that force us to confront hard truths.
We got a Kamala Harris. We know where Kamala Harris got her speech.
And democracy itself. We are, in my view, at such a moment in American history. Amen. Reflected in every cruel executive outreach, every rollback of basic freedoms, every erosion of long-standing established precedent. We've seen the laws, the law firms, bowing to pressure, bending to bullies, instead of staying rooted in justice and the law.
What are you talking?
Including some of the largest newspapers in America.
Whoa.
So stark that they divide all that came before.
Okay. Oh, man, Biden. Here's the raw footage of the Cincinnati group fight, where it was like a 2v5. Well, I mean, it was like a 1v5, right? The couple got fucked up, by the way. Yeah, right here. Some shit was happening.
With no drama.
And then they start throwing hands. Yeah, they start throwing hands. We'll speed this up.
Dan, he needs your help, man. He needs your help. He needs your help. He needs your help. He needs your help.
Everyone's looking over there. Oh, did he get out of his car? Oh, he did. Oh shit, they're still fighting. Yeah, it was still rowdy that. Oh, someone's on the ground. Oh, there it is. Oh shit, they're like. Oh, they just fucking attacked him again. They just attacked this person, they attacked that person. There's like a group of people right? There's like two groups of people attacking people. Whoa! 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 Whoa!
He's 62! He's 62! He's 62 years old!
So one of them just started fucking throwing hands for some reason. Putting pressure on this guy because I guess he was the one who first threw the hands. Yeah, I mean that doesn't matter.
We almost made it without no
The people who are throwing hands first. Right? You guys are the agitators. You guys assaulted someone. There you have it. What is this? Busted. Uh-oh. Who's busted? Is it Biden for his horrible speech? Adrian Fontes calls ICE agents hooded thugs, then denies he ever said it moments later. What?
I can't see how anybody can say they're a Christian and treat someone from another land in their own land this way. It's mean, is what it is. It's mean-spirited. A lot of these folks are being picked up by, hooded thugs in the street in the most un-American way. So I just think the spirit behind this, whether or not the poll numbers are up or down, I mean, that's kind of the window dressing here. At the end of the day, what we're looking at is scaring the hell out of people on purpose because we don't like them. And it's an unchristian-based way of not liking people.
A few moments later.
ICE agents are law enforcement agents doing their job, and they have to wear the masks because they're doxxed by open border proponents who want to get their name and endanger their families.
With all due respect,
I have no problem.
With all due respect, Mr. Kavanaugh, you have no idea the threats that I have personally faced, or that my family's personally faced, and I don't have to wear a mask because I'm not acting illegally.
I don't mind if you want to wear a mask.
I'm not being mean to people.
You can wear a mask.
I'm not. Well, sometimes folks like you might need one because you're embarrassed by the work that you're doing because you're embarrassed by it.
I'm proud to have been a cop for 20 years. I'm proud to have helped immigration when I was a cop because I support the law.
Yeah, so basically when these people are obviously get fucking right, when their argument falls, they then get all fucking bitchy about it, right?
What law enforcement agents do when they
But you called them thugs.
I didn't say the word thug. Now you're lying.
I don't play the tape.
A lot of these folks are being picked up by hooded thugs in the street. Hooded thugs in the street. So.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Shit. Man. Crazy, ain't it? Hooded thugs in the street, yes.
The Corporation for Public Broadcasting says it will shut
criminals
down by
do
the end
the same
of the year
thing?
after
They
being
hide their
defunded
face?
by the Trump administration. President Donald Trump has claimed national broadcasters,
like, what?
NPR and
Where are we going
PBS,
with
are
this?
biased against him, but small local radio and TV stations will likely feel the most impact. The Corporation for Public Broadcasting says they plan to close by the end of the year. A Trump-backed budget bill passed by Congress last month cut off $1.1 billion in funding for public broadcasting. Federal funds make up a relatively small portion of NPR and PBS's national programming. CBP says they're focused on helping small local stations navigate a sudden funding loss, like KSUT Radio in Southwest Colorado. They were going to use federal funding to repair their towers. They say it's critical for emergency alerts in rural communities.
Our equipment at all of our tower sites is at least 20 to 25 years old. It's aging equipment, it's breaking down constantly, and there's a reason we got this $537,000 grant, because we demonstrated how aging our equipment is at these critical tower sites, critical for emergency alerting to our very rural region in times, wildfires or floods or whatnot.
CBP says the majority of their staff will be eliminated when funding runs out in September, with a full closure scheduled for January.
Sucks. Maybe you should have, fixed up those towers yourself instead of relying on fucking federal funding. Yeah? I don't know. You're a company, are you not? Don't you get a lot of ad revenue from all those, right, black companies that you fucking take ads from? Like the pharmaceutical industrial complex, right? The military industrial complex. Your shitty tech industry fuckheads, right? Come on. You can get the money. What are you talking about?
At least 23 people were hurt when the amusement park ride that they were on collapsed.
Oh yeah, this happened, what, yesterday or something? I heard about this. This shit was intense. I think did we see? I wonder if I can't remember.
At least 23 people were hurt when the amusement park ride that they were on collapsed. Take a look.
Yeah, right here. Brakes right there. Oh, fuck. Ooh. Holy shit. Yeah, we did see
Just a
this.
horrific incident there. This happened in Saudi Arabia Wednesday night at a park called Green Mountain Resort. Local news reports say that 4 people of the 23 were seriously injured. The government ordered the resort closed while it investigated the
As soon as it got all the way up, fucking broke. It was like, Jesus. That was rough. What was this? Nah, we good? Ayanna Presley claims Trump is resegregating America. What? It says DEI. It's a must. What do you mean I'm sorry. How is he resegregating America?
The work of diversity, equity, and inclusion is essential.
Oh, it's this bitch.
To leaving the world a better place than we found it.
Whatever she says is a lie.
Wrong.
She doesn't,
Incorrect.
Doesn't make it.
Negative. No. Nay. Absolutely not.
The Trump administration's unconscionable attack on diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives is an affront to all of us.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
The thing is, no one has an issue with DEI. The issue with DEI is you start, vilifying, certain groups of people. Which in this case is, I guess, white males. And just allowing all the white female Karens to prosper. Or all the black female Karens to prosper, It's like, Jesus fucking Christ.
We are now 6
just
months
push out all
into
the white
second
people, basically.
Occupancy of the White House, and all Trump is conducting a wholesale attack on civil rights, diversity, equity, and inclusion.
What about the civil rights of the white people, that you're trying to push out?
Anything that benefits marginalized communities. This is truly anti-blackness on steroids.
You said it right there, anti-blackness.
So let's call it what it is. The harms are blunt, so I want to speak directly. This is resegregation. Donald Trump has rescinded executive orders dating back to Lyndon B. Johnson and the 1960s civil rights movement.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Trump and Republicans are trying to force their vision.
Every single time they pull out the fucking race card, dude. It's non-stop.
That generations of organizers,
point,
activists,
the
and
playbook
lawmakers
is set,
have fought to achieve.
Whenever they fucking don't get what they want, they're gonna be like, "Oh, my race, I'm right. You're being racist. I'm a victim. I'm being oppressed."
No.
We need the oppression Olympics. Several Arab and Muslim states call on Hamas to disarm or relinquish power.
Arab and Muslim states joined other world powers in signing a declaration calling for Hamas to relinquish power in the Gaza Strip and get rid of their weapons. The 22-member Arab League joined the entire European Union and 17 other countries in signing the declaration at a United Nations conference. Many saw the move as rare, but an associate professor of Middle Eastern politics we spoke with says Hamas is not looked upon favorably by many countries in the Middle East.
It's Hassan's favorite friends.
The Arab Spring, any manifestation.
The funny thing is, they'd probably fucking shoot him too. As soon as he fucking broke their trust, he probably got shot on sight.
Banned in many Arab states. They were officially declared a terrorist organization
because they don't care.
Viewed as sort of a destabilizing force in the politics of the region.
Hashimi says the document from the UN will have limited impact on what's actually going on in Gaza. He says the real impact could come inside those Arab countries, where everyday Arabs could see this as Arab states siding with Israel and the West. Some of those everyday Arabs look at Hamas differently than their own governments.
I wonder if they tried to make Hassan do something heinous. I wonder if they're gonna hold him at gunpoint till he does it.
By many people in the region as an organization that does engage in violence, sometimes grotesque violence, but it's also viewed in the region as an organization that is an anti-colonial resistance force fighting for self-determination. That's the view on the street in the Arab world.
The main focus of the UN document was on a two-state solution for Israelis and Palestinians. That's why the U.S. and Israel both boycotted the meeting and did not sign the document. A U.S. State Department spokesperson said, quote, "This is a publicity stunt that comes in the middle of delicate diplomatic efforts to end the conflict. Far from promoting peace, the conference will prolong the war, embolden Hamas, and reward its obstruction and undermine real-world efforts to achieve peace." For Straight Arrow News, I'm Lauren Keenan. For more on this story, download the Straight Arrow News app or visit SA.
Yeah, I mean, why do people want peace? They need to fuel the right the military-industrial complex. They got a war makes money, yeah. Well, for the right, for the weapons makers.
No doubt seen some of the brawl in Cincinnati where some You've no doubt seen some of the brawl in Cincinnati where some white people were pummeled to near death.
Correct.
3 suspects appeared in court.
Montana's Merriweather, Tyra Vernon,
Apparently
and
there's
Jermaine
2 more that
Matthews
they're
are
trying
the
to look
first
for.
3 charged in connection to that fight.
34-year-old
apparently
Montana's
one of them is a
Merriweather is from
repeat
South
offender.
Cumminsville. He served 7 years in prison for armed robbery and
Oh,
was
yeah, this
out
guy.
on bond for 4 felony gun charges when the
Yeah.
fight occurred.
Prosecutors say Merriweather was the catalyst in what they call coordinated attack.
But don't worry, because the catalyst's mother and cousin are here to assure you
Oh,
that he is not
the
a
cat.
thug.
Oh,
These
so the
Russians
mother
was
and
walking
cousin
down the
were
street, and on the
causing
video,
shit
he said,
too?
"You want to mess with these Russians?" And he smacked the first guy, you know. But it wasn't like they thugs. My child is in school. He had 5 kids.
My
He's on the
child's
honor
in
roll
school. It doesn't matter. They
And
fighting.
he's not the thug that they put out.
He's a wonderful guy. He did his time, as
They're
they
not.
said it, but
He is
since
not
did
the
his time,
dog.
he has
They,
changed his life
yeah,
completely.
she's the thug.
Everything they're trying to point him out to be a thug, that is not.
What do you
him. That's
mean?
not
We
him.
saw him on camera strike people. We see it on
He was,
camera.
but you'll be violent if somebody spit on you as
No,
well.
that ain't
You'll be violent
him.
if
That's
somebody
not
calls you a
him.
racial
That's not my cousin.
You see, this behavior is okay because he was called a bad word.
Oh
After
my
seeing
God.
video of this weekend's fight, Pillage looks to set an example.
In order to dissuade people from committing these types of offenses, I'm going to throw the book at them.
Are you sure?
Wait.
He's a B honor roll student after all. Let's hear what a city council member says about this.
Yeah, right.
Cincinnati Councilwoman Victoria
Oh,
Parks
yeah, that's right.
appeared
She
to
was all
blame
like,
the
"Oh, no, we're
victims,
gonna let 'em
commenting
off."
on a Facebook video,
Yeah.
quote, "They begged for that beatdown. I am grateful for the whole story."
She shouldn't spend 1 more second on city council. And I'm not playing around here.
Yeah.
Controversial 2 sentences
Yeah,
started
she was like
circulating early
cheering on the
Wednesday. I reached
violence,
out to
man.
Parks' office and was told she was on vacation. She later
Even
confirmed
the,
to
I guess the
WLWT that she
councilwoman is
stands
so
by the
old that
post.
she doesn't
Mayor
just
Bureau
give a
also
fuck
weighing
anymore.
in saying, "I disagree with Victoria Parks' comments. No one
Right,
deserves
she's
to be
about
a
to
victim
croak,
of
so
violent
she's
crime."
just like, I don't give a
Down
fuck, let it
200 police
happen.
officers. The police chief blamed social media. The city council person blamed the victim. The mayor went to a misfit mayor's conference and then took a vacation to Canada. Hasn't been back in town since then.
There's no indication at this point that that race was a motivation in this violent act.
Regardless of all that, don't worry about it because Cincinnati is on top of it.
This summer,
Yeah,
Cincinnati
they're on
police
top
have
of
been
it, eh?
implementing task forces, drone programs, and youth programs to combat violent crime in the city. The mayor doubling down, it's working.
That's funny. Chicago has the
interventions
same
that we have been
issue.
putting in place
California
on
has
violent
the same
crime,
issue. What do you
particularly
mean?
are working.
What,
And
you
we've got to
think
just continue to
Cincinnati's
be
gonna
intentional
try
about that
to
strategy.
be able to fix this issue too? Oh man. It's always the Democrat states, man. It's always the Democrat states. What is this? The media and experts doubted President Trump's trade strategy. They were wrong.
Tariffs are upsetting the entire world economy.
Tariffs have brought in more than $124 billion in revenue, and the White House expects the United States to see a total of $300 billion. U.S. stocks have also extended their record run on trade optimism, all while inflation cools under Trump.
This is an economic Armageddon.
Prices on imported goods are falling since President Trump's second term, undercutting that narrative that the tariffs are fueling inflation. It's just the opposite. Those that predicted that prices were going to rise, inflation was going to jump, we're not seeing that.
Donald Trump poured gasoline on our global economy and lit a match
with his devastating trade.
There were people who
That's
said
funny
that
because I mean the stock market seems to be doing
inflation
somewhat
in a
okay,
massive way,
right?
but
Well,
they said
actually,
this
ever
trade
since
war
the
was gonna
tariff,
align
the
world
tariffs took
against
into
the
effect.
United States. It was gonna be
What
China
was it?
and
Yesterday?
The world aligned against
The first?
the United States. That didn't happen. It was the exact opposite. They said
Yeah,
that
on Friday.
he was a taco president.
Right,
and
or
it looked
today.
Like the world
Well.
chickened out. And I remember you said you can't
Well, on
win
Friday.
a trade war. No one
Right.
wins a trade war. What we just
The
did.
stock market went down a little bit. White House President Donald J. Trump. Shown in the proof of the prosecution or persecution in South Africa. Oh yeah, the WEF guys. I mean not the the I can't remember.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah,
There's
these
nothing
guys.
this parliament can do. With or without you, people are going to occupy land. We require no permission from you, from the president, from no one. We don't care. We can do whatever you want to do. Who are you to tell us whether we can occupy land or not? We are going to occupy land.
Yes.
South African occupy land. That's who we are.
Honourable
Do whatever
member,
you want to
Deputy
do.
Speaker,
You can
Deputy
withdraw my
Speaker,
membership
Deputy
from this
Speaker.
useless parliament.
Honourable. Yes, honourable member.
Must never be scared to kill. A revolution demands that at some point there must be killing, because the killing is part of a revolutionary act. Shoot to kill.
The EFF, that's what it was. Oh yeah, this guy. Remember this guy? Anyways, if you want to watch the rest, I'll leave it in the description as well. Shoot to kill. Yeah, that fucking great. What do we got here? Oops. Dozens hospitalized after Delta flight hit severe turbulence, forcing it to divert.
Begin with a Fox News alert. 25 people have been hospitalized after severe turbulence
Jesus.
forced Delta airline flight.
Holy shit.
This Delta airline flight from Salt Lake City to Amsterdam to divert to Minneapolis.
Chanley Painter joins us now with what we know so far.
Hey, good morning. It was scary. Passengers saying everything was flying through the air inside that airplane after the Delta flight encountered turbulence so strong it had to make an emergency landing in Minneapolis. Medical personnel met the 275 passengers and 13 crew members on the ground to evaluate any injuries. In all, 25 people were taken to local hospitals. At the time of the diversion, the Delta flight was en route from Salt Lake City to Amsterdam, but was forced to land around 2 hours into its 8-hour trip after encountering, quote, significant turbulence.
The next day.
What the hell is happening in our skies? Since Trump took office, air travel has been a disaster. Dude, what is it? Shit, fuck. Why does it always swallow well, dude? Yeah, I like how we put the fucking X-Files music in there. But Trump turbulence, yes. Trump can somehow move the weather with his mind. Oh shit. Yeah, Trump can move. Yeah, it's all Trump's fault, right? He can move everything with his mind. He's psychic.
Look, folks.
He was
can't
part of
sugarcoat
the
this.
PSYOP.
These are dark days.
Yeah.
But you're all here for the same reason. It's because our future is literally on the line. We must be unapologetic of fighting for the future.
That was it? Oh, okay. You won't believe this crime.
When the movie Sound of Freedom came out, you may recall how many people objected to its subject material, shrieking conspiracy theory. The
Well,
following
this is
story is a reminder
trafficking.
at how child sexploitation is not a theory, and it happens,
Yeah,
even in places you might
this
least
is-
expect.
what?
This is a story that should be the outrage of the nation, yet it's barely an afterthought. I
It's
warn you, what
literally
you're
a
about to
story
hear
about human
is
trafficking.
nauseating.
This is where authorities say children, the youngest only
child
3 years
trafficking,
old, were victimized repeatedly over
to
more
that
than
extent.
a year.
The total number of victims are 10. Unfortunately, we expect more victims to be found. And this is absolutely the most horrible thing I've ever seen when it comes to victimization of children.
The horrific crimes allegedly took place in an underground bunker in Brent.
The investigation began in February after the Department of Human Resources received a claim of child abuse at a home on Aaron Drive. The sheriff's office discovered sexual abuse was happening in a partially underground
What
storm
the
shelter detached from the
fuck?
house, which is what
Dude, these people
investigators
need to be
refer as the
fucking
bunker.
hung.
The Bibb County
Jesus.
Sheriff's Office released these pictures from inside of the bunker. You can see a bed
What
with a
the
dirty
fuck?
mattress and a few chairs, as well as a small chest of drawers with a kitchen appliance on top.
William McElroy, Dalton Terrell,
Yeah,
and
all these
Andre
people,
Trejo
yeah, hang 'em.
Velasquez were indicted
Yeah,
on
no,
multiple
hang 'em.
charges.
Some of the suspects are the children's own parents.
Oh,
and
my
authorities
goodness.
say more victims may still be
Yeah,
out
hang
there.
them.
Law enforcement believe this wasn't
Wood
just a
chipper,
local
I don't
crime.
know,
It was part of an
lawnmower,
organized human trafficking network,
spinning
possibly linked
helicopter
to a
ball.
violent gang. One suspect, Andres
Jesus
Trejo Velasquez, is believed to have connections to a gang called Serenos, a group
Oh.
the sheriff says profits off child exploitation.
Serenos.
The children were drugged by
that's
Mr.
a-
Trejo
that's a
and tied to
compliment.
the bed and to the chair and to a pole. And then people would come and pay money to have sex with these children.
Sometimes there would be multiple people that would come by and victimize these children on a nightly basis. Sometimes they could make up to $1,000 a night. I'm afraid there's going to be more victims and many more suspects. And these guys are diligent and they're going to run down everybody they can.
There are some allegations with individuals that we will have a hard time identifying just because we don't know their names. And the children were drugged according to one of the co-defendants. And so they may not be able to recognize or be able to identify anyone.
That's
The worst part of it and the sad part of it is the children. It will be
basically
really hard for
they
them
were
to
given like
ever
date rape
overcome
drugs or
the
some
trauma
shit, right?
that they've
To
had to go through in order to get to this
make
point.
them
But
forget,
there'll be a lot of
essentially.
therapy that they'll have to go through.
The Bibb County community is
And
coming together
they were
to pray
being
for
abused
physical
by
and
their own
emotional
parents
healing.
and shit too,
I know
right?
God's forgiveness
They were
is
being sold by
boundless,
their own parents.
But if there was a limit to it,
all
I
fucked
think
up
we
shit.
reached it.
Oh, fucked up shit. That's their human trafficking right there. Holy shit.
Charged after hitting 3 children with her car in Walnut Hills is in
No
jail tonight
way.
after facing a judge.
Prosecutors
Holy
say it all
shit.
started with an argument. Local 12's Katie Amrine is live outside the
You
Justice
hit
Center
3
with what happened in
kids?
court today and what we know about the injuries to those children. Katie?
The woman charged with hitting those 3 children is 24-year-old Jada Lucky.
Holy
Not only is
shit.
she facing several charges relating to the incident, but one of the children may be paralyzed.
Oh, all the
children
kids
in
are
Walnut
okay.
Hills
Oh,
are in the
Jesus.
hospital
That's...
after police say they were
Well,
run over by
one of the children are
24-year-old
paralyzed
Jada
now,
Lucky.
but
Video posted on social media before the incident shows Lucky
at least they
getting
all
into a
survived,
fight with
right?
other women
Jesus.
outside the
Oh yeah,
Owens
and they start
apartment
fighting.
complex
God, why is...
around 2:30 Wednesday.
See,
Hollis
dude,
Jackson was visiting his friends when he
this is
witnessed
the
the
real
fight.
fatigue
She
right
started
here.
grabbing her hair. She grabbed her to the ground.
All right, that
and
kind of
she
shit.
started swinging on her. Once she, basically, once she had her to the ground, it was over with. Like, she should have just let her up. But she still wanted to fight.
Prosecutors say Lucky was trying to hit one of the women with her car and instead struck 3 children in the street, all under the age of 4.
She get into her car, and I think she had a vendetta. Like, and she was trying to hit them with the car, but instead she
Hit
ended
the
up hitting
kids.
2
Yeah.
young kids.
The detective working the case says Lucky admitted she'd been using alcohol and drugs all day. She says one of the women Lucky had been arguing with is the mother of one of the 3 youngsters. She told the judge, in addition to striking the children, Lucky also drove into that mother and she said one of the kids may end up paralyzed.
She got in her car,
shit! She kept she kept going
flee
with the
the
car
area.
too.
She saw the mother standing almost directly in front of her and plows right into everybody. The youngest of the 3 children was drugged underneath the car, and there's a possibility that he may not walk ever.
Fortunately, police say the injuries to the 3 kids are not life-threatening. Lucky is charged with 4 counts of felonious assault.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Lucky is also charged with driving on a suspended license, which is a charge she also got arrested for last May.
Oh man,
Drive
repeat
downtown
offender and does all this
Heartbreaking
shit.
for
Oh
those
man, she's
children,
gonna
Katie.
get fucking
The judge
slapped with
set
the
Lucky's
book.
bond at $600,000. Her case now goes to the grand
Yeah,
jury.
that's like attempted murder and shit with the with the vehicle and whatnot. Deadly weapon. And then causing bodily injuries. Almost death too. She's gonna get fucking slapped around. Former Biden appears lost. Struggles through speech during National Bar Association.
Mr. Joseph R. Biden Jr.
Our courts are meant to be a valid check on the excesses of other branches of government, especially when Congress and our executive overreach and run afoul of our constitutional and institutional safeguards, as they are doing now.
They're doing it right now. What do you mean?
I'm proud I've appointed judges.
You know how
doing their
many
best to be
fucking,
independent, fair, and impartial, respecting the rule of law, and
how many
upholding the Constitution. I wish I could say
Trump is
for
actually
the
dealing
executive
with a lot
branch.
of
It seems doing his best to dismantle the
DOJ paperwork
Constitution.
because they keep trying to stop
I'm
him at
being
every
deadly
point.
earnest, man. Which seems to be what's going on. You know, and they're doing it all too often with the help of a Congress that's just sitting in the sidelines and enabled by the highest court in the nation. The rulings they've made, my God.
The oligarchy?
Folks, in our lives,
I wonder why he
the life of
doesn't
our
say the
nation,
oligarchy like his
there are
other
moments so
pals.
stark that they divide all that came before from everything that followed. Moments that force
See,
us to
this
confront
is
hard
why I
truths
was all like, oh, this is
about
why I know
ourselves,
Kamala learned her
our
shit.
institutions,
Biden was her
democracy
teacher.
itself. We see in the laws, the law firms, bowing
Or at least
to pressure,
whoever
bending
Biden
to
was taught
bullies,
from, whoever Biden
instead of
learned
staying
from,
rooted in justice and the
right,
law,
taught Kamala too.
including some of the largest newspapers in America.
Whoever their
We see the
instructor
apparent
was, or their speech
glee
teacher, or whatever the fuck
some
you
of our
want to call it.
politicians express.
Their life coach.
That's while watching immigrants who are in this country legally
Their therapist.
torn from the arms of their family, dragged away in handcuffs from the only home they've ever known. My friends, we need to face the hard truth of this administration. It has been to ease all the gains we've made in my administration, to erase history rather than make it, to erase fairness, equality, to erase justice itself. And that's not hyperbole, that's a fact.
That's not hyperbole, that's a fact. Brother, what happened? You said that last time when you were during president. And then now you're not president. What is this? School board meeting erupts after man shreds member for vile Facebook post.
This is Alachua County School Board member Sarah Rockwell. Who posted this on Facebook. Oh, did Hulk die? I didn't even know. Good. One less MAGA in the world. At the school board meeting, she apologized.
I made a highly inappropriate comment on my personal Facebook page, one that I deeply regret. There is absolutely no excuse for what I said. and I take full responsibility for it. Education is at its core about learning, accountability, and growth.
Yet here she is, wearing a mask, in July of 2025. One of the board members called for her to step down.
Dr. Rockwell stepping down as board chair needs to happen.
Despite that, a liberal army showed up to support Rockwell. One guy came in and dropped a grenade in the whole meeting.
She definitely needs to step down if she has a shred of integrity in her body. And I welcome Doge to come, and I hope most of the city gets arrested. Rockwell is clearly a progressive that is pushing LGBT ideology on our schools. You cheered for the death of MAGA. You don't have to be a member of MAGA. I'm not a member of MAGA. I have loved ones and friends that are.
Please don't interrupt him.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah,
And
please
cheer
don't.
for that. You didn't apologize. That's such backstepping. You're a PhD. Aren't you a highly educated woman that knows the exact meaning behind her words? Aren't you? You know what you said, and you should step down. You're a disgusting, foul human being. Yeah.
Fucking slut. Oh.
Attorney Delaney.
Fucking slut.
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, I thought that. Yeah, what? Wait, what? Was she gonna talk? Oh, I'm so confused.
The deputy, can I get you to
get up there and talk?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, get him up out of here.
Wait just a second, Casey.
Oh, are they gonna kick him out now? Oh, they're gonna kick him out now? Oh, you guys are pussies. You guys are pussies. Oh.
Okay, excuse me, sir.
Not recommended.
Sir, so to the deputy, our attorney asked us not to remove him.
Hang on just a second.
If you would. Hey. Excuse me.
That's what we're trying to address right now.
So the attorney has asked,
He needs to go.
See, this is the real issue. Right? These people are trying to silence him, and they're trying to use the police to silence him too. Right? And not only that, but they have a lawyer there who's all like, you guys can't do this. Hey, stop. Not good. And now you have these group of people who are like, no, he needs to leave. He needs to leave right now. It's just like, oh, fuck. This is a legal disaster. This is a legal disaster.
I'm going to ask you all to please be quiet.
Oh shit. See, this is what happened.
I recommend that we take a recess.
Yeah, you're gonna need a recess now. Yeah, this is what you caused this shit. This is what you get.
Listen, stop. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Shut the hell up and leave me alone. Leave her alone. Get the hell out of here. Get out. Get out. Go and tell him to calm down. Why don't you mind your damn business and leave me alone?
This lady's freaking the fuck out. Dude, it's always the Karens who
That obnoxious screaming lady finally
literally
had her turn.
freak the fuck out.
It was sexist. It was racist. You couldn't control him. However, if it had been a black person standing up there, we would have been thrown out of here, out of this.
And she did the race car. He was literally thrown out. What the fuck are you talking about? See, this is the real issue. Right? They do is see red. Right? They don't want to take accountability. That's all they
That was violence. That was emotional violence, and that was physical violence.
See, this is right. Honestly, if you didn't have to deal with these types of people, right, all the Karens and shit, oh man, it'd be chef's kiss, man. You wouldn't have to deal with, right? Like the world's issues are all from these Karens, man. All they do is talk shit. And yet they don't even do anything.
I'm sorry,
They
what?
just sit
I
there
can't
and talk
hear you
shit.
over that stupid thing on your face. Anyway, here's some of the endless stream of liberals who showed up to support their girl.
I fully support Dr. Rockwell.
It was her personal opinion about a rich
Man, your guys is you're
MAGA
too
is
close
not
to
a
the
party.
mic.
but a philosophy, one that embraces racism, homophobia, transphobia, Christian nationalism.
Well, we can say
and believes people
transgenderism
can
is a
be illegal.
philosophy too,
MAGA
right?
isn't a
And
party
that
or
should be
an identity.
squashed.
It's white grievance dressed in
I'm
patriotism.
sorry.
Meanwhile, Black Lives Matter is about fighting not to die while simply existing, and you attempt to invalidate that. But here we are.
Dude, it's all
The local
fucking
Republican
Karens,
Party would
dude.
have us
Oh
clutch our
no,
pearls over a flippant Facebook
oh
comment.
man, he's got the
Meanwhile,
gauge
their national and
earrings
state
too.
leaders
Oh
have said things
Jesus.
so vile, they've begun punchlines on on late
Your
night TV.
theology is
She exercised her First
gay.
Amendment right to free speech.
Yeah, but you just kicked him out. What do you mean? Right? These people spout, "Oh yeah, we like your we agree with your First Amendment. But if you don't agree with us, we're gonna kick you out." It's like, what the fuck?
Jesus didn't demand an apology.
This shit don't
He
make
freely
sense, man.
offered forgiveness. We are called to do the same.
I also am outraged by
See,
all
this is
this
why you
fake,
don't. This is why you can't trust certain people.
I don't know. I feel like this is just fake outrage.
All they do
that
is
needs to
talk
be done
shit,
in
and
this
then when you
district
fucking
for
call
our
them out,
children.
they're just like,
And we're
"You're
spending energy
racist.
on this when
You're
we-
being a bigot."
You would really have
Call
to
the police.
be blind, deaf, and dumb to not see that this is nothing but a
He's
facade
violating
to
my
steal a
rights.
seat
Oh, says
and
the
put a
one that
person
says
of their choice.
says the one who's
The
not
showboating
violating
by
my
people that
rights.
stretching what she said is just disgusting.
So it's okay for you guys to do it, but it's not okay for him to do it, right? It's like, right? After he gets ejected, they all talk shit, right? It's like, what the fuck? And they allow. That's the right? He did the same thing they did, and they didn't get ejected. It's like, dude, the fucking hypocrisy, man. Fuck this shit. This is why you don't fucking talk with those people. Because they're just gonna cry wolf and be little bitches about it. It's just like, oh, he's being the aggressor. He's being the aggressor. Even though they're the ones fucking, right, causing the issue. You just break their argument down, and then they start calling the cops on you. Like, what the fuck?
The force cannot investigate itself on sex abuse reports, and I'm absolutely inclined to agree, because like we've spoken about in the last video, and I've said many times in the past, whenever you let the police investigate themselves, they'll give you the usual spiel of we investigated ourselves, and we have established that we have done nothing wrong. It's the same way
South Yorkshire
how
Police
should not be allowed to investigate
how content creators do that type of shit too.
Its own officers sexually abused children in Rotherham, the Shadow Home Secretary has said, and I absolutely agree, because they will just mess with their own investigation. Because like I've said, the people that are in these institutions, as soon as they come on the file, they will close ranks and protect
I'm sorry.
themselves.
I'm trying to think of all the fucking
Even if they
people
know
that
for a
fucking
fact
did
that
it.
their
It's
member
like,
of
dude,
staff
what
or
are
their
you
officer
doing?
or whoever has done something wrong, they will protect that person. Conservative Chris Philp and Shadow Safeguarding Minister Alicia Kearns said that the force should be prevented from any involvement in the investigation to allow it to be conducted impartially and independently. The BBC reported on Tuesday how 5 women who were exploited by grooming gangs as children have said they were also abused by police officers in the town at the time. The Home Office and South Yorkshire Police have been contacted for comment. Among the witness accounts reported by the BBC was the testimony of one woman who said she was snuggled from the age of 12 by a serving SYP officer in a marked police car. She claimed the officer would threaten to hand her back to the gang who had been grooming her if she did not comply. SYP said it had a dedicated team of detectives looking at the allegations, with the investigation being overseen by the Independent Office of Police Conduct, the IOPC. But in a letter to Home Secretary Yvette Cooper, Philp and Kearns, backed by Professor Alexis Jay's view that the force should have no involvement in the investigation themselves. That should be the case for everything. Basically, if an institution is under fire or the institution's done some really, really dodgy, sickening stuff, that institution gets no involvement in its own investigation
they
whatsoever.
don't. They have
right,
they're-
because
yeah,
they will take
basically they
measures
have
and hide
to-
evidence or purposely not find evidence.
Right, it's basically how judges, right? If judges have some kind of personal interest in like the people who, right, whether it's on the defense or the prosecutors, they have to recuse themselves, right? Because they have personal conflict with these people, right? So it's the same way with this police department. They have a personal, right? They have a personal relationship or reason to want to fuck shit up because they have their fucking hands in this shit. So it's like, yeah, no, you have to recuse yourself. You got to let someone else. You got to let a different department do it.
And do all this other stuff.
Yeah, you gotta
so that
let
they can get off
right.
the hook. You let someone do it with anyone. You let
You
someone
gotta
be in
let a
charge of their own
different governing
investigation.
body
They're going to
do
do
it.
everything they can to get themselves off the hook.
Yeah, no,
That's just a no-brainer. You just don't do that. Professor J, who led the
right, you have
landmark
to get a
inquiry
different
which exposed the
investigation
Rotherham
team,
grooming
basically.
scandal in 2014,
That's not
said that
part
the
of this
investigation
fucking
should be
police
taken over
department.
by another body. Philp and Kern said, it is incredibly concerning that the struggle, snuggle and abuse reportedly carried out by South Yorkshire police officers is being investigated by South Yorkshire police themselves. Whilst we recognise that IOPC is overseeing the investigation, this simply isn't good enough. They added, there can be no conflicts of interest which may impede the investigation or deny justice. These children have already been failed more than once. Stand with them now. Speaking on Women's Hour on BBC Radio 4, the former Her Majesty's Inspector of Constabulary and Fire and Rescue said it appeared the South Yorkshire Forces was marking their own homework in the most catastrophic way. Then, the Honourable Zoe Billingham CBE, who spent 12 years inspecting police forces, said, trust and confidence are at the heart of this, and victims are not trusting this will be done well. And we have to listen to the victims' voices in this. And yeah, see, the fact is, like, the Rotherham survivors, where everyone's going, oh, get the police to investigate, they're all going like, pfft. And to be honest, that's how most people feel. I know people that have had crimes committed against them and stuff like that, and everyone goes, why didn't you call the police? Fuck would I call them? So they can turn up, take a statement, and then turn up in 3 hours, take a statement, and then I never hear from them again. Like, why would you bother? Why would you? And the fact is, the reason these girls aren't doing that is because it was police officers who were also involved in the sexual abuse. It would be perfectly reasonable for another police to be asked to come in and investigate independently.
Right, you
under
already
the auspices of
you
the
already
IOP.
have issues with people hating police, and then on top of that, you have already the issue that some of these police were involved in the shit. So it's like, oh. That's all fucked.
PC, and I think that should happen immediately. But then again, even if it's another police force, it's still police investigating police. And even if it is another force, these guys will protect their own. Responding to the BBC's initial report,
that's
SYP
another
Assistant
issue.
Chief Constable Haley Barnett said, we know how hard it must be for the victim or survivor who has been so badly let down in the past to put their faith into the South Yorkshire Police of today. But she added that victims and survivors were at the heart of the investigation, with all actions being taken in their best interests. Yeah, now, after like 2 decades of just constant failures over and over again. But still, I completely agree with this. Anyone that has committed any type of crime, especially the sexual abuse of children, no, they should not be allowed to take part in their own investigation.
Yeah, like what? Yeah, that makes no sense. Why do what? So they can fucking muddy the waters? No, fuck no. They can stay on the sidelines and watch other people investigate them. Fuck that shit. They don't deserve that. They did a crime, they get investigated.
We have a president that
And
knows
they don't get
sports
to have
unlike
any say in
other.
it.
He brought. We have a president that knows sports unlike any other. He brought together 30 of the most elite athletes to bring back the presidential fitness test.
We think we have the opportunity to change in the 70-year history of
he's
PCSFN,
basically making an
the course
athletic
of where it's going
committee.
currently. We have some of the
in a
greatest
sense.
athletes behind us.
With basically
from all
some of the
different
top
sports
athletes all
to
over the
headline, envision,
all
and
over the
empower
sports
the students
world.
of our young generation.
I've watched sort of the decline of
the youth of America and,
Oh shit, it's Triple
their
H.
ability and sort of the decline of the importance of fitness and health and nutrition and all of it. And it's an incredible honor, and I'm thrilled to dig in and get to work.
We're all about helping young youth to move. It's about sport, it's about fitness and nutrition. I have a passion for all
Or
of them.
golfers.
So I'm excited to be able to
Yeah,
make a
there's what?
difference in kids' life moving forward. So I'm very thankful
Yeah,
to
there's
President Trump for giving me this platform
There was that.
and for
There
us
was
to
the
change
dude
a
female,
generation.
or there was the dude golfer, and then the female golfer, and then you have Triple H. I forgot who was the. Was the other guy Terrier? I forgot. There was another one yesterday when we saw. I forgot. There were so many people he brought up. What do you got here? Police McGann admitted to killing the couple. Oh,
State
shit.
police say Andrew McGann admitted to killing Clinton and Kristen Brink, and that he acted alone. But they say there is nothing typical about this case.
In my 27 years that I've been with the state police, this is probably one of the most heinous that we've had, especially the aspect of just how random it was.
Police say Clinton and Kristen Brink did everything they could to protect their 7- and 9-year-old daughters, all while the husband and wife were being attacked by a man with a knife.
They absolutely protected those girls to their fullest extent, to the point that it cost them their lives.
Police do not believe the killer knew the Brinks.
What
and
could
they do not
possibly
think
be in
their
this
daughters
box?
were targets.
sorry.
Police say the attacker was injured due to the husband and wife fighting back. They say blood from the scene was a DNA match to Andrew McGann. Investigators used more than 500 tips from the public to narrow down the vehicle search to a black Kia Stinger, which led them to the 28-year-old man who just moved to Springdale a few months ago. When investigators searched his home, they say they found items that he was wearing in this picture taken by a witness at Devil's Den State Park the day of the murders. Investigators also recovered several knives that are being tested by the crime lab. And while police are calling it a random attack, they are not yet saying why it happened.
Now that we have our suspect in custody, there's going to be a part of the investigation that's going to go back, and they're going to look at timelines, and they're going to look at kind of his movements leading up to that, and hopefully that will give us all a better picture of why he did this, how long he had planned this.
State police say as of right now, McGann is not a suspect in any other crimes here in Arkansas. They say they are hearing from investigators in other states to see if McGann could be a person of interest in those unsolved cases. In Little Rock, Brett Rains, 4029 News.
All right, there we have it. Now you got a DNA match. That's him. Oh, and then President Trump gets some questions.
Are you gonna go to talk with Putin before your deadline comes? I mean, 10 days while in the...
Well, we'll see what happens. We're going to have some meetings and we'll see what happens.
Mr. President! Mr. President, you said the job report today were rigged.
Oh, yeah, I think so. And if you look at before the election, the same kind of thing happened. And I think you'll see some very interesting information come out. But you have to have honest reports. And when you look at those numbers, or when you look at just before the election, and then after the election they corrected it by 800,000 or 900,000 jobs, yeah, I would say so.
Mr. President, Korea and the United States.
We have a great relationship.
Tell me talk, sir, and when do you have it?
Yeah, we have a great relationship with South Korea.
You said, are you ready? Are you open to negotiate with Brazil? The Brazilian President Lula said you'd like to call. He requested a conversation. Would you talk to him now? Are
He
you
can talk
open
to me anytime he wants.
So are you open to tariffs? Are
Yeah,
you
he can talk to me anytime he wants.
What is on the table for Brazil?
But I want to hear from you. If he wants to talk, he can talk. Yeah, it seems like.
So why do you think tariffs? They don't seem to be related to trade, Mr. President.
People running Brazil did the wrong thing.
Oh shit.
7 years. 7
Talking smack about
from
Brazil.
were being stolen from Mar-a-Lago.
That's
The
okay.
time that you picture that you took from Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, I don't understand your question. Say it.
They are being deployed.
Say again?
Oh yeah, well we had to do that. We just have to be careful. And a threat was made, and we didn't think it was appropriate, so I have to be very careful. So I do that on the basis of safety for our people. A threat was made by a former president of Russia, and we're going to protect our people. I hope so. I hope so. I don't know whether or not that'll happen, but I hope so.
Mr. President, why did you fire the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics?
Because I think her numbers were wrong. Just like I thought her numbers were wrong before the election. Days before the election, she came out with these beautiful numbers for Kamala. I guess Biden/Kamala. And she came out with these beautiful numbers trying to get somebody else elected. Then right after the election, I think on the 15th, November 15th, she had an $800,000 or $900,000 massive reduction. Said she made a mistake. No, that woman's numbers are. Say it.
Kamala's suspicious.
Yeah, one of the governors, as you know, of the Federal Reserve has just announced she's resigning. I understand it was over the fact that she disagreed with somebody from her party. She disagreed with Too Late. You know who Too Late is? She disagreed with Too Late on the interest rate. So we'll see what happens. But we just found out that I have a open spot on the Federal Reserve Board. I'm very happy about that, John.
What did Medvedev say to you that made you really mad?
Well, you just have to read what he said. He was talking about nuclear. When you talk about nuclear, we have to be prepared, and we're totally prepared.
Mr. President, on the monthly jobs report, going forward, why should anyone trust the numbers?
Well, that's the big thing. You're right. No, you're right. Why should anybody trust numbers? You go back to election day. Look what happened 2 or 3 days before with massive, wonderful job numbers, trying to get him elected or her elected, trying to get whoever the hell was running. Because you go back, and they came out with numbers that were very favorable to Kamala, okay? To trying to get him elected, trying to get her elected. And then on the 15th of November or thereabouts, they had an 800,000 or 900,000 overstatement reduction right after the election. It didn't work because you know who won, John? I won.
Your supporters have had issues with these numbers.
I've had issues with the numbers for a long time. But today, we're doing so well. I believe the numbers were phony, just like they were before the election. And there were other times. So you know what I did? I fired her.
Right.
And you know what? I did the right thing.
If any government official going forward is presenting data or information you don't like, should they fear for their job?
I've always had a problem with these numbers. You know, I was thinking about it this morning. Before the numbers that came out, I said, who is the person that does these numbers? And then they gave me stats about before the election. I had a similar problem. I mean, she gave out numbers that were so good for the Democrats. It was like unbelievable. And then right after the election, she corrected those numbers with, I think, almost 900,000 corrections. I think nobody had ever seen anything like it. Well, today she did the same thing with the 253,000, whatever the number was. No. We need people that we can trust. I mean, your question is a very good one. We need people we can trust.
Switzerland. What would you like to see from Switzerland?
You know who you plan to replace her with?
I've got about 3 very good. I have a lot of good candidates. I will say everybody wants it. I've had more phone calls, but I have 3 people that
have a background in labor.
You know, I could do a long-term thing, or I could do a temporary. It's a 14-year term.
Right, but do you put someone in who actually has labor statistics experience?
I'd put somebody in who's going to be honest.
So are you thinking
Donald Trump's going to be honest.
I could do a short term, or I could do a 14-year deal. So we'll see. We have a lot of people. We get a lot of good people around.
Can I ask you a construction question?
Switzerland. That was a shock. The tariff rate with Switzerland. It was higher better than other European
Well, the problem with Switzerland, we have a $40 billion deficit with Switzerland, and I spoke yesterday to Switzerland, but we have a $40 billion deficit with Switzerland. That's a big deficit.
Question on the construction. Can I ask you a question on the construction?
Holy shit,
You say you're
Gary,
raising $200 million. You're donating a bunch. Others are as well. Are you blocking foreigners
Hey, Hollywood's getting
from donating
fucking
money to build
icy.
that addition?
Honestly, I never even thought of it, but it doesn't matter. I'm putting up my money, but it doesn't even matter. They've wanted a ballroom at the White House, and it's been very popular. You know, when we put it out
You're
yesterday.
not ruling out that a crown prince or some European
No, I'm not
or
looking.
Asian
I'm not
official would
looking
give
for
money to
that. You know, you have very strong restrictions as to who can donate, and we go by the restrictions.
Are you going to publicize the name?
It's not a lot of. I mean, it's not that much money.
Will
It's
you
money,
release the
but-
names of the donors?
Yeah, I'll do that. I didn't even start yet, by the way. But when I do, I'll release
How many
it.
donors do you think it's going to take to get to 200 million?
Maybe one, me. But
You would cut that check yourself.
I would, yeah.
Did you talk to Steve Witkoff today from his journey to Gaza? Did you talk to Steve Witkoff?
I did. I spoke to Steve Witkoff. He had a great meeting with a lot of people, and the primary meeting was on food. And he also had some other conversations that I'll tell you about later. But he had a meeting on getting the people fed, and that's what we want. And I'll see you later on.
In terms of the penalties on India, what numbers are you looking at, and are you going to be having a conversation with...
Well, I understand India no longer is going to be buying oil from Russia. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's a good step. We'll see what happens, okay?
Is that it?
Treasury's taking in so much money right now. Some Republicans have been pushing for tariff checks to go out. They said, move the money back.
There are a lot of people that would like to see this sort of a dividend to the people of our country. It's something I consider.
How much would be
I also want to pay off debt, but there's a possibility I do a dividend.
On tariffs, obviously, there's still a few days here if we come on tariffs, possibly the reset. You're a betting man. How many of these tariff rates do you think now and that's not a lot?
I mean, for the most part, we're a little bit, maybe. If somebody could convince us that, you know, they have a case, like Switzerland was complaining, but we lose $40 billion a year with Switzerland. We had to do that.
See what the Canadians say?
We had to do that deal. Switzerland has a deficit. We have a deficit with Switzerland. Alright, anyways. There you have it. And that is our news for right now. Go check out all the stuff too. If all the links and sources and whatnot if you want. And there's more, obviously, content on those channels too. Some of it is news, obviously, right? News media outlet. Or local news, sorry. So yeah. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time.